Hey there, it's Mario here with session 2 of our introduction to yoga, Hatha Yoga, which is an ancient sort of set of postures, poses, asanas they're called, which were even there even before martial arts. So they're said to be the origin of martial arts. And they're practiced differently to what you would normally do as you perceive as exercising, because you're using a lot of movements where you're having to hold a certain posture, and that in itself is an amazing thing, because when you hold in, you're at the same time strengthening as well as stretching certain parts of you. And some of the twists and movements that you do in certain postures are also very good for the internal organs. They all get a massage as you do this. So some of the poses, for instance, help with digestion and things like that. Or they also help to calm you down, and other poses are more for energizing us. So we are going to do a mixture of energizing and then restorative postures, and today we're just probably going to increase the number of them, and we're going to be focusing on connecting our breathing with the movements. Okay, so some of the postures, they follow quickly one from onto the next. That's when there's a flow. Okay, so you might find me at some point indicating that we're going to do a flow. And it just means that we're going to breathe in and out of each of the poses, okay, so that there is that coordination with the breathing. Because one of the things about yoga and why it's so popular is because it integrates lots of different things. So your breathing is integrating with your movement. And what happens is that the third factor is the mind. So we have to be mindful as we're doing the movements that we're not, thinking about the weather and whatever else. So there's a certain amount of challenge to the movement to keep you connected in the moment. So you might feel a little bit of discomfort sometimes, a little bit of tension. So just allow yourself to breathe yourself into the discomfort and learn to hold that discomfort by using your breath. Notice that most of us, when we feel discomfort, we tend to stop breathing or go into shallow breathing. So this is about breathing deeply into your tummy and creating that space for you to go beyond the discomfort. Now, if there's a sudden pain, something like, it's a different sort of thing. The discomfort I'm talking about is bearable by most people. Okay, so you just bear the discomfort, and then just go as far as you want to go. So everybody's their own judge of what their limit is. Okay, and you might find that your limit is a little bit behind what I am doing here. So you're welcome to just pull out of the pose and rest for a little while in Tadasana, just standing straight. Or if you're on the floor, you can just ease off from the pose, and that will give you a break. So it's good to notice as well, everything is voluntary. I'm not claiming anything, and I'm not also, I'm just doing this for the fun of it, okay? So everybody's welcome to join in at their own risk, okay? So that's just a disclaimer. My lawyers told me to say that. So the first pose that we're going to do is Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, so look at your toes, make sure you lift them up and as high as you can, and then spread them out and place them down on your mat. Okay, feet should be touching, parallel to each other. Right, now look at your heels and just move them apart slightly. Now you're feeling, but don't let them go apart, just feel that feeling of pushing them aside like that. And then you'll notice how you start to engage your glutes. Okay, and so that's a really strong foundation you have from there. So now you're feeling your legs are actually working, right? So the muscles are hugging the bone. and you've got this nice foundation. From the waist up, just feel like as you inhale, you're lifting the side ribs, lifting your shoulders, and as you exhale, you take them back and down, your shoulders, back and down. Okay, take your head, make sure your ears are in alignment with your shoulders. So you're not like that, but like that. And feel the stretch, back of your neck. Okay, that's it. And now that posture is you in alignment with your life and your purpose and everything you're about. So this is the strongest position you can be in. Okay? So this is the start, this is the end of yoga. Ultimately is for you to stand in this position, you know. If you read Jordan Peterson's book, what is it, the 12 Factors of Success or whatever it's called, this is one of the first. It's your posture. Okay, keep breathing. So today we're going to be learning to connect the breath with our movement more, okay? So the work in the pose here is as you breathe in, as you inhale, you're lifting everything up. Without lifting the shoulders, you're inhaling, you're lifting your side ribs, and you're stretching through the crown of your head. As you exhale, you're digging your heels, working your thighs, feeling your legs engage, and you're grounding yourself. And as you inhale, you stretch up, and as you exhale, ground yourself. And now we're going to incorporate movement. So inhale, bring your hands up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hands up. Hold your hands up and exhale. Inhale, lifting up through the fingertips, and exhaling, digging down through the heels, making your legs strong. Now you're stretching your spine. Every time you inhale and every time you exhale, you're stretching, stretching, stretching. Let go of all the tension. Take your arms back so they're level with your ears as far as you can. Right? Make your legs strong. Keep lifting up through the fingertips as you inhale. And as you exhale, grounding the heels to the ground. Excellent. Take hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, and bend your body over to your right side. Feel the stretching, keep breathing. Woo. Nice, huh? And then inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, and hold on to the other wrist with the other hand. Inhale, and then stretch up. Exhale, over to the other side. Yeah. Keep breathing. Digging the opposite heel to the ground. And inhale, coming back up. And exhale, bring your hands back down. Okay, beautiful. Next pose is a little bit of a challenge. It's called the tree pose. Famous tree pose. So in this pose, you take one foot and you place it on the inside of your opposite thigh, right? As high as you can. Hands on the hips, right? The toes should be pointing down. Now, if holding this position may be enough for some of you, okay? What you do is you focus on a point in front of you and you try to hold your gaze steady. So there's a point of meditation, steady. And then make sure that you are opening up the hips. And then when you're ready, you can take your arms up over your head. Stretching up through the fingertips. Breathing down stretching down. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring, coming back down. Hard, isn't it, huh? Lift up the heel or the leg where you are holding the most weight. Breathe. And then on the inhale, take the other foot to the inside of your thigh. Yeah, it's not easy. Now if you've got a wall and you can put your back against the wall, great. You know, that's another way you could do it. Another thing you can do is really dig your heel into your thigh, the inner thigh. Tend to look at a point straight in front of you. Use your breath to calm yourself. And when you're ready, take your arms over your head. Stretching up through the fingertips. There's a lot of tension in your hips, in my hips too. And it all comes out when you're doing this fantastic stretch, which involves balance, focus. You really notice the breathing, how important it is. And the point of gazing at a single dot in front of you and how that helps to focus the mind. Stretching up through the fingertips. And as you breathe out, bring your hands down and back onto Tadasana. You would have noticed, like I noticed, definitely one leg better than the other. Okay, this is again obvious. So it's good to work with that, time ourselves, see how long we can hold it for on each side. Okay, so from there we're going to jump the feet out to one we did last week. It's called Trikonasana or triangle pose. Turn your left foot in 15 degrees, right foot out 90 degrees. Watch that the front heel, if you extend a line from the front heel to the back foot, it should cut in through the center of the back foot. Take your arms up to shoulder level. Keep breathing. So in here we're inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, grounding the feet, okay? So we're going to stretch forward on the inhale, like so, and as you exhale, cut in at your right foot or your right shin. And then you can gradually turn the torso away from your right thigh as you can turn up and look at the sky or look at this side wall. Keep breathing. And inhale, come back up. Today we're going to try to hold each pose for at least 5 breaths. Rest your arms on your hips. Turn your right foot in 15 degrees this time. Now the hips should be facing towards the camera. Okay, so you're actually opening up the hips. The work with your legs is your thighs are rotating outwards, if you can imagine that. So you are hugging this time the heels towards one another, sort of thing. So moving them in so that your thighs are actually working that way. Arms up, get connected to the breath. Breathe in, lifting up through the crown of your head. Breathing out, digging the heels down. Inhale, stretch sideways. Exhale, cut in at your left shin, ankle, Your legs should be stretching, right? Focus on your hips now and just rotate from the hips. Rotate your torso from the hips so you're rotating away from your left leg. Hands straight up. Left hand, right hand straight up. Turn to look at the sky. Keep breathing. And inhale. Coming back up. And exhale. And bring your feet back here. Big breaths. Trikonasana. Next one, extended side angle pose. So we've done it already last week. Jump the feet out or walk them out to, about over a meter, 1.2 maybe. Then your left foot in, 15 degrees, right foot out, 90 degrees. Keep your body vertical and bend that front knee down to 90 degrees, like so, yep. Right elbow to right knee, the other hand on your hip. Keep this whole side straight, right? And it's a side stretch, so you bring your left hand over the top of your head and you can smell your armpit in the process as you stretch through the fingertips to the back heel. And inhale and exhale, keep breathing. And inhale, come back up. Hands on hips, over to the other side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend that front knee. 90 degrees, keep your body vertical as much as possible. Feel the stretch on the side, groin there. Elbow to left knee. And over the top. Smell your armpit. That's not bad. Stretching through from the fingertips to your back heel. And inhale, coming back up and jump the feet back. Yeah. So you can see how the breath can help to stay in the pose, okay? And just stay there for a little bit longer, using the breath, taking your mind away from one thing, the pain, to focusing on another thing that's better for you, your breath. And people can do that. They can shift their focus from one thing to another thing through our attention. Where attention goes, energy flows and life grows. So all we have to do is pay more attention to this and that and this. That's the guitar playing. So now, what's next? I did say we were going to do a flow, so that's what we're going to do. So the flow, so we've done 2 poses already, right? So this flow is very simple. So basically on the inhalation, we're going to breathe in. On the exhalation, we're going to do what's called Uttanasana, forward bend, right? Exhalation, okay? Then we're going to go to this pose, which is warrior pose number 2, right? And we're just going to stay there for a little longer because it's a great pose. And then from there, we're going to come back to inhaling there, exhaling, inhaling here, and exhaling. Okay, so there's a little bit of breath work with the movement. All right, so we're ready. So stand on the edge of your mat and inhale, bring your hands up. Exhale, bring your hands down and bend at the hips all the way down. Then inhale, take the right leg back and onto warrior pose. Keep your body vertical, front knee down to 90 degrees. Turning your torso away from your front leg towards the front. Keeping your back leg straight. Each inhalation, stretching up. Each exhalation, dropping down a little bit further. The back foot should be at 15 degrees. Your front foot should be, cutting straight through the middle. Tend to look through the middle finger of should be your right hand. Okay, and then inhale, bring the fat foot in. Exhale, hold it there. Inhale, come back up, hands up. Exhale, hands by your side. In breathing. So on the next one, it's the other leg goes back, of course. Okay, inhale, bring your hands up. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, take the opposite leg back. And we're doing warrior pose. This time, it's the other leg. Keep your body vertical. Like someone's pulling your backhand back so you can really stand vertical. Feel it stretching your hip. As you inhale, stretch up. As you exhale, coming back down on that front hip. Turn to look to the middle finger of the front hand. Inhale and coming back here. Exhale, just relaxing there. Inhale, bring your hands up. Exhale, hands back by your side. Okay, that was a little flow. Sequence. So if you start your own practice, it's one way of combining yoga, different poses, to get more or less of a workout. Eventually we'll do a flow called the Surya Namaskar, which is the salute to the sun, which is famous, but we'll get to that. Okay, so from the center, make it Tadasana strong, then jump the feet out to about 1 meter. Left foot in 45 degrees this time. Right foot out 90 degrees. So this time your hips are fully turned to face your front leg. Okay, and from this position, stretching up, looking up at the sky, right? And then as you inhale, you're lifting, and as you exhale, you bring yourself down as far as you can. Keep that front leg straight. Try to be working your feet even when you're in this position. Keep breathing. Make your legs strong. And inhale, coming back up. Keep facing that front leg. And this time, I want you to take your arms and up over the head and bend that front knee into Warrior One. Inhaling and you're lifting up through the fingertips. Exhaling, you're grounding the back heel. Keep your balance. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, dropping down on that front hip. Looking up at the sky if you can. And inhale, lifting up, coming back up. Exhaling, let go of the arms. Turn to the other side. Bring the back foot right around, 45 degrees. Legs straight, hands on hips. Elbows back. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, coming down on that front knee. Stretching your hammies. Hands can go down. Relax the head. Working the feet. Okay, and inhale, coming back up. Stay in that position, facing the front leg with your hips square to your front. And inhale, lift up, arms up over the head. Exhale, coming down on that front knee. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, dropping down. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, dropping down. Keep breathing. And inhale, coming back up. Exhaling, relaxing the arms. Inhaling, coming back to center. Big inhale, big exhale. And feel the effects of the pose. That's a very energizing pose. It's also a heart opening pose, right? It's the Warrior One pose. Okay, so let's do down on the floor on all fours. Okay, and as a stretch, cat pose. Inhaling, looking up, exhaling, rounding up everything. Inhaling, looking up and arching your back. Exhaling, rounding everything up. Keep going with your own breath. Coordinate your breath with your movement in your own time. And really stretch your lower back when you round it off. You should be on the top part of your feet, your toes. Oop. Right. I brought some insect repellent this time. I haven't applied it yet. Right, make the next one the last one. Okay, nice. So from here, hands slightly in front of your shoulders, and we're going to take the knees back up, take your hips high up onto downward facing dog. Okay, working so that you are pushing your hands away from you, pushing your feet away from you as well. aiming to straighten your legs as much as possible. Like, have the heels off the ground and gradually try to work them down to the ground. It might take you a few weeks of doing it regularly and you'll get them down. It's just practice. Try to relax in the pose with your breath. So as you inhale, you're working into the pose. As you're exhaling, you're just letting go into the pose. Inhaling, you're pushing your legs back. Exhaling, you're just letting your head hang. Inhaling, hugging the muscles to the bone in your legs, trying to bring the heels down. Exhaling, just stretching everything, bringing the chest towards the knees. Your palms should be flat on the mat as much as possible. And then as you inhale, coming onto the plank position. And then if you want to be challenged more, then you can go down to a half push-up. And then down to the ground, relax, hands by the side. Then you can bring your hands slightly in front or level with the shoulders. Actually level with the shoulders. Bring your head up off the ground, chest off the ground, as far as you can. Keep your hips on the ground and try to see how far you can push yourself up without lifting your hips off the ground. There's some that are more flexible than others, obviously. And keep breathing. And coming back down. And hands by the side, head to the side. And one more time, you're going to hands either side of your shoulders and push yourself up. Keep your hips on the ground, see how far you can go. Looking up, breathing. And back down as you exhale. Tuck your toes under, coming back up to all fours. Tuck your chin in and take the hips up onto downward facing dog. And stretch all the little pains and aches out. Relax your head. Excellent. And coming back down onto your knees. And sitting down. Dandasana. Simple sitting posture. Don't collapse like this, but stretch up. Okay? Stretch up. So even in this posture, we're still working. Okay? Point your toes straight up to the ceiling. Keep your legs straight. If you can actually get a 90-degree angle, that's fantastic. Most people can't. And then if you can go forward slightly, that's great. Then you can take hold of your toes. Okay? You can't see mine, but you get hold of your toes. Keep your back straight. Actually, you keep doing that, and I'll just do it this way. Except you can't hear my voice this way. That's all right. So we're stretching, hold, hold, and keep breathing. Now if you can't reach your toes, you can always grab onto your shins. Keep your knees down much as you can, and stretch from as far low as you can from your lower back, right? Okay, now take your, what will be your, well, it's my right leg, okay? Right, so it's right up, like we did with the tree pose, right up into the inside of your opposite thigh, and then lean forward. Keep that bent knee down as much as you can. And then take your upper arm over the top for a side stretch and keep breathing. Look between your arms. And inhale, coming back up. And let's go to the opposite side. Yeah? So bring your other foot to your inner thigh. And this time, I'm going to put it this way. So, reaching forward. And you're still working that leg that's straight by keeping your muscles hugging the bone there. Pointing your toes straight up. That makes you engage the muscles there. And then pushing down on your knee, so it's you're stretching. Keep breathing. Look straight ahead. Now some of you may actually be able to go a bit further and just let go. It's also acceptable. And then take your upper arm over the top. Look between your arms. Get the side stretch. And inhale, coming back up. And we'll just finish up with a lovely stretch. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. I've got my left leg straight and my right leg, I'm hugging it to my chest with my left arm. So you just mirror what I'm doing. And as you inhale, and my other hand is behind my back, and as I'm inhaling, the work here is I'm stretching up through the crown of my head. And as I exhale, I twist from the base of my spine and my ribs, yeah? Turn to look at the river. Keep breathing. Okay, and then going to the other side. So, leg crossover. Hug the knee to your chest. Feel that stretch right there. Right? Lean back, hand back. As you exhale, you twist. As you inhale, you lift up. And then we meditate for just a little bit. Okay? I don't know how long this is going for, but you can see it's a step up from our last one. You can feel a lot more freed up. All I want you to do is try this mudra, which is index finger touching your thumb. Alright, the very tip of your thumb. And then palms facing up on top of your knees, okay? And you can use a simple posture like this one. Now the thing about sitting on the floor versus sitting on the chair is, well, you've got more contact points with the earth when you're sitting on it, right? So you can actually, you draw energy from the earth. You know, we're all drawing energy from the earth, but we're wasting a lot of it. So this is a time just to allow yourself to feel your well, you know, feel that well-being well inside of you by letting your mind be still. So So when you still the mind, what happens is you have less waste of energy. There's no wastage of energy, because we're all actually little generators of energy. We are. And we are using that energy all the time, right? If you go for a run, or if you do this, if you do that, you need energy for anything, you know? So, but we also need that energy for our own health, you know? If that energy is flowing, and there's lots of it flowing, then your body is protected against lots of things, you know? So it is great. Yoga, it's about you being in alignment with your best posture, right? And when you're in your best posture, your body, you're allowing that energy to flow more freely. So you're unblocking things, you know, especially when you're stretching. Sometimes, you know, people have experiences because triggered, you know, memories perhaps. You know, especially today we did a bit of work around the heart, which is the heart chakra, right? Anyway, so breathing, which is combined with movement in yoga, helps to bring the mind to stillness, right? And I always love to meditate after I've done my exercise, because when you exercise, you get yourself into a more tired state, more relaxed state. It's a nice combination there. You're still aware as well. So it's a great way to start a meditation practice after yoga. So hands, palms facing up. Listen to the sound of the river, and listen to the sound of your own breath. Don't mind me putting some insect repellent. Last time I got smashed by mosquitoes. Your chin slightly forward, so you're stretching the back of your neck. Your eyes closed. Your face with a gentle smile. Think of the Buddha smiling, laughing. And breathe fully. So you're breathing right to your tummy and out from the tummy. The deeper your breath, the more relaxed that you can feel. Letting go with each exhalation of any tension you might still feel. Allow yourself to let go, completely let go of everything that's bothering you right now. What if it was all an illusion? And all you have is you and your attention right now. Attention on your breathing, attention on the sound of the river. Even if you lose the attention on my voice, it doesn't matter. It means you've entered into the state. At some point you can just let yourself go and fully experience the moment. Experience yourself as awareness, as attention. Beyond thought, beyond opposites, beyond being and non-being. sensations, sounds. Just sounds. And when you're ready, you can lie down and lie down on your back, stretch your legs, if you want you can bring your knees to your chest and go around in circles for a bit in one direction and then the other way. While you hold onto your knees, to give yourself a little massage on your lower back. But if you're still uncomfortable, you can put a pillow under your knees, yeah? And then palms facing up, chin slightly forward. Think of Tadasana, mountain pose, right? And imagine standing like this. And now relax. Yeah, and let everything go. And I'm going to leave you there. You can just continue relaxing into this pose. And we'll see you again soon.